Andre.
And I'm Andrea.
We are doing Doctor Who. There are millions of Doctor Who fans in the world. Millions upon millions. And only a tiny fraction of them have done what you and I have just done.
Wow.
We've just finished watching the entire William Hartnell era. Done and dusted. First Doctor, done.
Hasn't hit me yet.
No?
No.
When do you think it will hit you?
Probably next week when we see the next episodes and there's no William Hartnell.
Yeah. So what we just watched is called The 10th Planet. This, of course, was named back when there were 9 planets in our solar system.
Aw, poor Pluto.
I know, poor Pluto.
Wow.
The 10th planet starts off on a spaceship orbiting Earth, and the people on the spaceship who seem pretty bored.
Yeah. Like...
Sleepy.
Sleepy.
They seem sleepy. They don't even get excited or even agitated when a whole planet appears in front of them.
That looks like a planet. Yes, it does look like a planet. We should investigate
We should call Earth and tell them that there's another planet up here.
Yeah.
So an entire planet appears. And this planet is called Mondas, and it turns out that this was Earth's twin planet.
Right.
And the people on this planet have now become Cybermen. And so the Cybermen invade this base at the South Pole where we find that Dr. Ben and Polly have appeared and been taken prisoner. The Cybermen march in and start killing people and have amazing voices.
We shall not be affected.
Don't you think of anything except yourself?
We are equipped to survive. We are only interested in survival.
Sure. I know you really like the Cybermen.
I really like the Cybermen.
Yeah. You know what? They're better than a lot of the aliens we've witnessed. So they're at least interesting looking.
They're beautifully designed, the Cybermen. I mean, the inhumanity of them is what really gets me. I mean, they're obviously human-shaped, bipedal, 2 eyes and stuff, but they're so inhuman.
Right.
They open, their mouths open up and just stay open while they're talking.
Right. They have, like, the big light up here, and then the big light down here, and I'm just like, this is super helpful in a mechanics garage.
Any dark place, really.
Any dark place, super helpful.
Yeah, definitely. Except the light down here kills people.
Except for that part.
Kills people.
Yeah.
So the reason I like the Cybermen, beyond the fact that they look awesome and they sound awesome,
sure,
is that they're this weird psychological thing. They're people who've replaced most of themselves with cybernetic parts, and they've removed all of these things they call weaknesses, which are emotions. All of their feelings are gone, and so they used to be people, but they're partway through the story they tell the characters that they will be like them, that they're going to turn them into Cybermen, and so that's just terrifying.
Right. I sort of like the episodes that have some sort of social commentary, and this one actually has a couple. I mean, they're talking about that, seeing emotions as weaknesses, and then they also talk about using this huge bomb that is going to destroy the other planet, but then also possibly affect their planet, and it's sort of like this social responsibility thing of having made this bomb, but then when they talk about using it, everybody's like, no, you can't use it, and that sort of goes on a lot.
It does.
Right now. You know what I mean? So I like the episodes that have sort of, especially for them being made, in the 60s, these themes that still carry to now.
We were remarking while watching it how interesting it is to see what the people in the 60s thought the 80s would look like.
Right.
With their funny phones.
With the huge phones and... Yeah, that was the 90s.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That was the big cell phones.
Right. So as you mentioned, a big part of the plot of the 10th Planet is about this guy named General Cutler, who's in charge of the Space Command.
Andy Griffith.
Yeah, evil Andy Griffith.
Evil Andy Griffith, yeah.
All you did was the whistling.
I know, it's like, he looks like that... and you're like, what?
Andy Griffith?
Andy Griffith. I couldn't remember the name of the show or the name of the guy, but I could just remember that stupid whistle song. But that's who he looks like.
Evil Andy Griffith.
Evil Andy Griffith.
Yeah, I kind of came to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So General Cutler, his son was sent up in a rocket to check on the astronauts. Those astronauts, by the way, at the beginning died because they're pulled into...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler! They're pulled into Mondas's gravity and they explode.
Right.
So they sent up another rocket to go rescue them, and that rocket has General Cutler's son on it, which sends the guy completely around the bend.
Right.
And he comes up with this plan to fire what's called the Z-bomb, which is this obviously incredibly powerful nuclear warhead, up at Mondas and blow it apart. But that, of course, has the possibility of irradiating half the planet and killing millions of people.
Right.
He doesn't care.
Slight snag.
Slight, yeah, it's an issue. But one thing I also really love about this story is that it's really good for Ben and Polly.
Yes.
Good for both of them.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Yeah. Polly is... I think I like her... Well, I really liked Vicky, but I really, really like Polly. She just has, like, she has an actual personality. They both have a personality, and I think that's sort of refreshing after the whole Stephen and Dodo era, that you, like, I already feel more connected to them than I did to Stephen or Dodo through the whole time that we had them around.
So Polly gets to kind of save the day.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were so angry when she said she could make coffee.
Oh my God. She's like, how can I help? I want to do something. And she's like, I can make coffee. And I'm like, no. What is happening? Where's this going? But then you were like, no, she's tricking them.
Mm-hmm. And so she did. She managed to get into the Professor Barclay's good graces and convince him to sabotage the
Isn't
rocket.
that still kind of sad? They're like, get into the men's good graces. And she's like, can I get you anything? Like,
yeah.
but whatever.
Still, though,
It's better than it being for real.
Right.
So,
she was instrumental to
Yes.
the solution. So one of the reasons that Ben and Polly had to take on so much of this story is because William Hartnell was sick through all of it.
Right.
So he missed the third episode entirely because he was sick. They had to rewrite it, and they gave Ben a lot more to do. So that, of course, leads us into talking about the fact that this is William Hartnell's last story.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to say I was very attentive during those last, 3 minutes where where Hartnell was sort of saying goodbye.
Yeah.
In a way where when Ben was like, what does he say? This is the end or something? And Hartnell
it's all
was
over.
like, it's all over.
Yeah.
And it's all over. And Hartnell is like, it's not all over. This is just the beginning or whatever. But it is all over for Hartnell, and we know that. They didn't know that, but watching it and knowing that is pretty... And knowing that he knew that he had to give that little speech, knowing that was his last episode.
So our fans, some of our fans at least, are going to be a little bit upset about the fact that I told you beforehand
I know.
that this was Hartnell's last. But I did that for, I think, a pretty important reason, in that Hartnell's not in the third episode, and the fourth episode is a reconstruction.
Right.
And so it gave you the opportunity in the second episode to see him moving for the last time and
to know.
And to know that this is the last time you would get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you think that was the right way to go?
Yeah. Yes. I think we have waited and surprised me quite a bit on everything else. So I'm okay with the fact that you told me and warned me about this one. So yeah.
At the very end of the 10th planet, he collapses in the TARDIS, and we don't know why. Just sort of his body wears out. And we watch in a close-up as he changes into Patrick Troughton.
Right.
And then that's it. That's the
I
end
thought
of the
that
episode.
was an interesting way to do it. And to have the same sound that the TARDIS makes was interesting too.
So now think about this as somebody watching this in 1966, somebody who's been watching the show all along.
Right.
We think of William Hartnell as the first Doctor, but not to the people watching in the 60s. He was the Doctor. He's it. So
Yeah.
they have no idea what's happening.
Right.
So they played it like it's just a cliffhanger. Like the Doctor's replaced with somebody else, and that's going to be the next story, and what
Right.
happened, and when's Hartnell coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that kind of plays with their emotions a little, huh?
a little bit. But it's the
Yeah.
only time they would really get to do it. You know, like in subsequent regenerations, they
They'll
would.
know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
would know. So.
Yeah.
So your thoughts on William Hartnell? You've the first Doctor you've experienced all of.
Oh man, it's been long. I really like. I really don't have any complaints with Hartnell. I think that, especially through this season, there was some really, or through season 3, there were some really tough stories to pull off, and I feel like he never phoned it in. He never gave up and phoned it in. So he had some really, really good stories, and I mean, the first few episodes I didn't like him, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's mean.
He was mean, yeah. But his character really developed, and got used to his little things and no, I thought that he really stuck it out for some tough material, and yeah, I liked him. I think I'm ready to move on and see what's next. So
Yeah. I feel like it's a really interesting journey to watch all the way through. I mean, he's a very dynamic character. He starts off as crotchety old man that doesn't want anything to do with anybody, is willing to lie to people in order to
Right.
to-
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
He did some really shady things.
He really
the
did.
First 3 episodes.
He really did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then to watch as Ian and Barbara softened him
Right.
and made him into, and then over the 3 seasons to him becoming this almost hero guy.
Right.
To landing someplace, seeing an injustice and knowing that he has to stay and fix
That's
it.
true, because the first ones he didn't do that either. It was
He wanted
just
to leave,
he just
yeah.
wanted, they would just get captured, and he'd be like, I don't care what happens here, we just gotta get out of here,
Yeah.
and then he started, becoming more of a hero type figure.
Yeah, in this particular story, in the 10th Planet, he had every opportunity to just go.
Right.
And he didn't.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
he had
true.
to stay and solve it. So
Yeah.
that journey, I think, is really fascinating to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you're not going to get with subsequent Doctors either, because they're all the hero guy. They're all the guy that
Now
Hartnell
they've
became.
figured out, right.
Yeah.
Now they've figured out the character.
Right.
And, yeah.
Congratulations on making it all the way through the William Hartnell era.
Whoa.
As I said, that's something that very few fans have done. And so
Yes.
you should feel really, really proud about that. Pat on the back.
I'm excited for a new Doctor. I'm a little because I know how many reconstructions are in season 4.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I'm glad that there's going to be a new Doctor for that, to be honest. Or I don't think I would make it through another season of Hartnell and half reconstructions. It's just
Absolutely.
So hopefully having the new Doctor will sort of mix things up and get me through all the reconstructions in season 4, and then sort of have color to look
forward to.
to not too distant future.
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
3 seasons and then we're in color. Yeah. So alright, onward we go. Next time is Patrick Troughton's first story, and I'm going to watch your faces as I tell you this, because
They
Patrick
are
Troughton...
all reconstructions.
They actually are. But that's not what I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
Patrick Troughton's first story is called The Power of the Daleks.
No.
Daleks are back.
I hate them.
Thank you for watching, particularly if you followed us all the way through the William Hartnell era. It was quite a journey, and so we're going on to Patrick Troughton next time. So going on. So we will see you then.
Bye.
Hello, I'm Andre.
I can't do it.
All right.